Hi, I'm Sharon Kreider, and I'm here at the Western CPE studios in Bozeman, Montana. And what we're going to do for the next few minutes is talk about the biggest number one question that came in from our webcast viewers. So these are sort of interesting. You may know the answers quickly. You may go, oh, that's a really good question. But these are really what's been bothering our viewers on the rebate questions. That's what we're going to talk about, the 2020 rebates. And they were really advances paid out during the year, beginning in about April and dribbling in throughout a lot of the year. The rebates came in. So this is the number one question from our viewers. What do I do if my client doesn't know the amount of their advanced rebate payment? They didn't keep the notice 1444 that came just a week or two after they received the payment, mostly as a direct deposit. They received a letter, and the letter said, keep this letter for your tax records. Now, what are you thinking the odds are that all of our clients, 100% of them, come in with their 1444? All right, so taxpayers did receive the notice if they didn't keep it. The IRS is expected to add a tool to their website that the client can access. The other thing I just saw on Tax Talk was one of our peers saying that he was getting a transcript for his clients as a way to make sure he had everything on payments, and the rebate payment, the advanced rebate payment, shows up there. So if you are able to or willing to take the time to have your client secure a transcript, or you secure the transcript, that'll be an easy way if the client didn't keep their 1444. But I would also recommend that you check for updates on the IRS Tools page. They have something called Tools, and see what shows up there for checking on the notice 1444. Now, while that is top on our mind, what do we do about reconciling the rebate payment? And I have some more Q's and A's for you. I want to tell you a little bit about the new rebate that is just passed Congress in a new stimulus act. You and I could call it CARES 2, although it has a different, lengthier name, about emergency relief. There is going to be a $600 additional rebate. It will be based upon the 2019 tax return and the income there. That $600 will phase out as the clients, taxpayers, go over an income amount. It's the same income amount as was for the original rebate. This is rebate number 2. Rebate number 1 at $1,200. Rebate number 2 at $600. So those income thresholds were $75,000 single, $112,500 head of household, and $150,000 for married filing joint. As income went above that, the rebate phased out. Now the rebate is $600 per adult and $600 per child. It is per child under age 17. They did not add to this rebate the adult dependent child. That would be your kid or grandkid in college. They do not qualify unless they are self-supporting and are entitled to their own exemption. Now, we worried a lot when we heard there was going to be another round of rebates about how that fed into our 2020 tax return. It is not part of the 2020 tax return right now because it is based upon the 2019 income. Those rebates will start to roll if it is similar to what happened with the CARES Act rebate. They started to move out with about 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks after we see our bill pass, the IRS is supposed to be up and running on direct deposits. Checks take a lot longer if the client didn't have direct deposit information. So that's a quick update. We'll be telling you more in e-tax alerts as we hear more from Congress on the final bill. Another question that's come in a few times on our webcast viewers: does someone who died qualify for the payment? Now, this was updated November 10th, 2020 for a particular issue that was showing up. That is, it's a married filing joint return in 2019. The spouse died in December. In April, the surviving spouse received a $2,400 rebate deposit, direct deposit into her account. She spent it. The question is, does she have to return something to the IRS, or can she keep it? Well, you know the answer is going to be that this is in the IRS website in their FAQs under Economic Impact Payment FAQs. You'll see an answer, and the answer says that they must be alive when they receive the payment. If not, they have to return the payment to the IRS. There are instructions on returning the payment. So if we were talking about the surviving spouse who already spent the money, she can return the $1,200 she received for her deceased spouse. If she can't cash or deposit the check for some reason, then she was supposed to return the whole check, and the IRS would sometime return the amount that she should have received, just $1,200. Is a child born, adopted, or placed into foster care in 2020 a qualifying child for the advanced payment? This was an answer updated November 24th, 2020. Because these answers, the FAQs, the frequently asked questions, are updated, you might take a glance at the FAQs on the economic income payments and see what's been updated and what's new, just to get a quick look at that. But the answer to this question is the advance payment in 2020 didn't include amounts for children, dependent children who were born during 2020. So my client had a baby in early 2020. When we file their tax return, they'll have an additional credit of $500 on that 2020 tax return. The question: I received an economic payment. Do I need to pay back some or all of the payment based on information on my 2020 return if I no longer qualify for the amount I received as an advance? Now, this is a question updated in August, and the answer is no. There's no provision in the law that requires individuals to pay back any part of the advance they received. The only thing in the law is that you can qualify for more credit, and that additional credit is on the new 2020. There's a new line for it and a worksheet that belongs to calculating the credit. You'll be able to enter that credit on the page 1040, page 2, on the 2020. And those are a few answers on questions coming in on the economic impact credit, the economic impact payment, and a few more as we update our questions and answers.